Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about our 2026 Polaris Ranger 500. I don't know what camera to look at. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel. This is our new 2026 Polaris Ranger 500. New for 2026 again, though the Polaris Ranger 500 has been made in the past. Brand new for 2026. Let's talk about some of its features. So the 500 being a utility side-by-side, obviously let's start at the bed. You have a tailgate along with the bed, which has a capacity of 500 pounds, or at least that's what that label says in there. So I'm sure most people are probably going to push past that a little bit, but just so you know, rated for 500 pounds. Overall capacity is rated for 1,000 pounds, I believe. Plenty of capacity for probably what most people are going to be doing with this thing. Hauling mulch, hauling things in the back, tools. It is a manual dump bed as well. So here, driver's side only. There we go. So it's a manual dump, but it has a hydraulic shock to help lift. Manually put it back down. Dad's got an extended hitch on it. It comes with the hitch from the factory, hitch mount from the factory, but Dad threw on this hitch extender and the ball just so it reaches out a little bit further. Starting with the back, let's go straight to the front. Winch comes with the machine from factory, right? Built right in, front bumper, winch comes with the machine. You don't have to put it on yourself. It comes with this from the dealer. It's not an option or anything like that. Dad added this winch saver thingy that prevents it from pulling in farther. You know, you get the cool Polaris thingy as well. A McPherson strut suspension that has 9 inches of travel. All right, in the middle, you got about 10.5 inches. Control arm, just about 8 inches. I think the next thing we can talk about is some storage. There we go. Got 2 latches on the front here, one on each side, just a rubber strap. Pull down, whole front, tilts forward nicely there. You got your radiator, you got your coolant fill up on this side as well, and you got a little spot for a little tool bag. We got our trickle charger mounted in here. Dad mounted that in there, and you just got a little more space for some tools or some just storage that maybe you don't need to get to all the time. But storage in the front, flips back down, 2 straps, you're done. All right, you got cup holder, cubby hole, all kinds of storage up here, cup holder, little cubby hole. You got space down here. You got 2 cup holders in the middle. Good amount of storage. 4 cup holders, 2 seats, perfect American ratio. You also have quite a bit of room underneath the seat. Let me get you guys a better view. All right, guys, so on this side, you have the space here that you could mount some storage. Note, it is open in the back there. So this is not necessarily gonna be free from the elements. I don't know, maybe there's an accessory kit or something that you can do to block this off and maybe make it a little more of a cleaner storage than that. But as you can see, even with the little use we've done this, we haven't really driven around much. There's already some dirt and stuff building up. I'm gonna clean this out after this. But just even those little trail rides, you can get a lot of dirt down here. So just FYI. So, but once again, looks like our voltage regulator plug is right there. You got your fuel tank on the other side, fuel making happeners, pumps and sumps and all that junk. So, but easy access, just pull up on the seat. And that brings us right back to where we kind of started, back in the cockpit. So roof is standard, comes with the machine, but he bought the windshield, the same one that they sell on the Polaris website, but they sell it on Amazon for a little bit cheaper. Same as that company. We got the Brody knob, the knob thingy. Does not have power steering, so that can help you a lot, especially at slow speeds. Few upgrades. The windshield, I think, is almost a must. This thing will go about 40 miles an hour with Dad and I in it. And at that speed, you're probably gonna want something in front of you just to block the wind, block the bugs. We're probably not gonna really be taking this trail riding anywhere we'll go on a little ride here just on the dirt roads around us. That's probably as far as this thing ever really is gonna go off the property. That's your engine right there, CVT transmission. This is the same size engine as the 570 to my understanding. If anyone knows what the real differences is between the 570 and the 500, in terms of, is it a tune? Is it actual components within the engine? Is it something to do with this really crazy looking Bosch electronic throttle body? What's the difference? What makes this engine not perform the same as the 570? Anyone knows, comment down below. Let us know. I'd be interested to know, like, hey, is there a tune for this thing that unlocks basically the 570 horsepower for it? Airbox, easily accessible. Engines, easily accessible from both sides. Looks like oil fill cap. Got your oil filter just right back there. I'll figure out where the drain plug is at some point. Dad and I are going to be doing the first service here around 4th of July. Oh, hi. We'll film that for you guys. I'll show you that. Show you how that goes. I'm assuming it's going to be very easy, but knock on wood. That's the crazy throttle body setup. Looks like drain plug for the CVT there. At some point maybe we'll pop that cover off and just take a look with Dad around just to see. But let's go for a quick ride. Sorry to interrupt this video for an important announcement, but as I squat here in my garden, I wanted to let you guys know that you should subscribe to the channel. So not only will you get exhilarating content like you're seeing today, but we also do motorcycles. We're gonna do some camping, hunting, all kinds of stuff here on the channel going forward. So if you like what you see, if you think you want to support the Moleman life, the Moleverse, subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate it, especially you guys who are watching. Maybe you aren't subscribed now. Click down below, down there on the subscribe button. Maybe like the video, leave a comment, tell me what you guys want to see, what you want to do. Hey, let's build this community together. Thanks for interrupting the video. We'll get back to it. So the first thing I'll talk about on this little ride we'll go on here is that it's not the quietest thing in the world, but I wouldn't say you need to wear earplugs. So obviously open cab. We have a windshield on this one, aftermarket. Same one offered on the Polaris website, but you can find it on Amazon. Link in the description down below. But open everywhere else. So not a lot of sound deadening. This is not meant to be a luxurious vehicle. This is a utility vehicle. So a little loud if you're going to be riding it for a long time. And the seats aren't ergonomic. They're plenty comfortable. I think you can sit in here no problem for quite a while. But all day long on a bumpy trail, this is a nice, well-used dirt road. So trail riding probably is not going to be all-day comfort, but it's really not bad. Right now we're just comfortably cruising at about 25 miles an hour. Got plenty of airflow even with the windshield on. We'll go on a longer ride another day, don't worry. Today is just the overview, introduce you guys to our Ranger Rick. Is that going to be the name? I just came up with that right there, but maybe we'll call it Ranger Rick. We got plenty of dirt roads all north of here. if we took a right down there, we would have gone only maybe half a mile and had found another dirt road that would take us quite a ways. So we'll do that sometime with Dad when he's here, maybe during 4th of July week. Just want to give you guys a sense of what this thing is like. Dad said he's only put in like a little bit of gas and it's only gone down 1 bar. So we're a little under half now. So this thing is really just sipping fuel. We haven't really put it through its paces. We really haven't taken it like on a trail ride situation or even a ride on these kind of dirt roads. So it's mainly just done work around the yard. All right, we're headed back home now. I think we'll actually get into doing a little work on the property now though. So stick with us and we'll just jump all the way back. Hold on. Whoa. Man. Pretty sure that's aftermarket, the toll time travel thingy. But I don't know. Ask your dealer. Ranger Rick, Polaris Ranger 500 2026. Now you know. So we'll have that here to use on the property. I'll walk you over to where we're thinking of cutting in a road to use that guy down in our valley and stuff, which we're gonna get into here too. So kind of in this corner, we're thinking of going down into here. I'll give you guys a little higher look too. Going down this way, roughly. So this property used to have a road that went in here. And you can kind of see the remnants of it still. So basically what we're gonna do is effectively try to reopen the road. Blanchard Avenue, Martin Luther King Boulevard. One of the first projects for the 500 is gonna be getting it back into the woods so we can actually start using it for work. Because if you can't tell right now, there's a bunch of junk on this hill. Just trees that have fallen, vines overgrown on everything. A lot of work to do here on the property. Not everything's gonna get done this year, trust me. But let's go over to where our deer blind is, talk about sight lines. Deer blind, and as you can see, in front of said deer blind, the woods are starting to take over again. So, kind of the goal before hunting season this year is to push in here and kind of knock this down. We got trees, we got all kinds of overgrown brush. That's a sick ass Mopar that just drove by. But just to give you guys an idea, once again, to give you giraffe mode here. This is what the hill looks like right now. And I've done work, if you can hardly believe that, on it. So this is kind of the next project. Welcome to our food plot. Micro, nano food plot, right here. This is all like ryegrass and some clover and some other noms that the deers probably want. But as you can see, up yonder is where the deer blind is. And as you can see, I'll say it a few more times, as you can see, she's pretty brushed up. These trees definitely need to probably come out. We're probably not gonna take out any of the mature trees that are actually growing well. I've even opened up a lot of this recently. Ah, god dang bugs. Obviously right now we're getting into summer. A lot of the brush is coming up. So it's a lot thicker right now than it was earlier this spring. And as you saw, knocked down a number of trees here. A couple came down this spring with some storms as well. So Whole idea, probably gonna actually start at the top, coming up here, and start working my way back down the hill, is gonna be clearing out this hill here more to get the sight line down here to our food plot in this area that we've kind of cleared out. I've shot a deer in this spot, basically where I'm standing almost. Pretty close, maybe a little farther up that way. So we have deer moving through here. We got cranes. I'm actually watching out for the cranes right now because those cranes I'm afraid of. Those are dinosaurs and I don't trust them. I watched too much Jurassic Park in my day. We got cranes down here. We got raccoons. We got the whole forest. Coyotes or a fox. You tell us down in the comments what you think. Coyote, fox. I think it's coyote. Anyway, but I've also seen fox around here. So who knows? The shadow knows. So with that said, road for the side-by-side to get it down here. Give you guys a little walk over here. Food plot, micro food plot, nano food plot, whatever this thing is. This is kind of looking back up towards that same spot with the road. So as you can see, very dense. There's a lot of frickin' flies down here right now too, driving me nuts already. Here, I'll get some ticks for you guys. Fly flew in my eye. So basically, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a fence post over here, I think right there. That's roughly the property line. Maybe more where I'm almost standing, to be fair, but basically we need to have a road that comes in down here. We can get the side-by-side in so that we can get down here. We can start pulling brush. We can do all kinds of more work down here. Property also extends that way. I'll take you on a full tour sometime. But let's get back up to the garage and we will close this video out. All right, guys, back in the garage. Just wanted to say thank you for all your support over the last few years. We're almost at 1,000 subs. So if you're still here in the video, please subscribe. We're gonna be bringing you more content. Hopefully, Dad maybe will want to be a part of some videos here soon. I mean, we can show you the work that we're doing on the house. We got work going on the property. We're gonna have hunting. I want to do some fishing, motorcycles, basically anything we can do outside here in Michigan until it gets cold again, and then we'll figure out something more to do. How about that? So, Polaris Ranger 500, 2026, brand new. Haven't even gone to the first service yet. So stay tuned, subscribe to see continued updates on this machine. I want to show you guys anything we have issues with. If we don't have issues with it at all, that'd be awesome, because I don't think we will, to be fair. Show you the maintenance that we do on it, show you any accessories Dad decides to buy or I decide to help Dad out with. I got a Father's Day gift for him that I'll hide on the side-by-side somewhere. So shout out to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day, just to date this video. But if you're still here, once again, subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you want to see. I am Moleman. Thanks for being here. It's a beautiful day, and it's great to be alive. We'll see you next time.